What's up everyone? Dave from Fun Facts here. And welcome back to the channel. So I spend a lot of time talking about the latest and greatest tech. The new phones, the new cameras, the bleeding edge of what's possible right now. But every once in a while, it's fun to just take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The history, the scale, the sheer absurdity of how far technology has come and where it's headed. It's a wild ride. And sometimes the facts behind it all are even crazier than the tech itself. Today, I've put together a list of some of the most surprising, mind-bending tech facts I could find. These aren't your typical trivia night questions. We're talking about things that fundamentally shift your perspective on the digital world we live in. Alright, let's kick things off by rewinding the clock. Way back, before the internet as we know it, before your PC, before pretty much everything. We're talking about the early 1970s. The digital landscape was this niche, academic space called ARPANET, a network connecting a few universities and research centers. It was a pretty quiet, professional neighborhood, digitally speaking. But then, something weird started happening. Users on this network would suddenly see a message pop up on their teletype printers. These were the monitors of the day. It wasn't an error message. It wasn't an official communication. It was a simple, almost playful line of text. "I'm the creeper, catch me if you can." That was it. No data was deleted, nothing encrypted for ransom. It just appeared. This was the Creeper program, created in 1971 by a programmer named Bob Thomas. It wasn't designed to be malicious. He wanted to see if a self-replicating program could move between computers. And it worked. The Creeper would start on one DC-PDP-10 computer, print its message, and then creep over to another computer on the ARPANET, leaving the first one behind. Think about that for a second. This wasn't a virus in the modern sense. It didn't destroy files. It didn't steal your information. It was more like a digital ghost, a proof of concept that demonstrated a program could have a life of its own, moving through the network independently. It was the very first hint of what would later become a massive cybersecurity industry. The concept of a program that could spread on its own was born. The message itself is so iconic. "I'm the creeper, catch me if you can." It sounds like something out of a retro sci-fi movie, but it was real. It was the first time people had to grapple with the idea that the network wasn't just a passive set of pipes for data. In response, another programmer, Ray Tomlinson, the same guy who invented email by the way, wrote another program. This one was called Reaper. Okay, from the ancient history of the 70s, let's fast forward to the near future. We need to talk about AI. And I know AI is a huge buzzword, it's everywhere. But sometimes the sheer scale of what we're talking about gets lost in the daily headlines about new chatbots or image generators. So here's the fact. According to major economic forecasts, like those from PwC, artificial intelligence is projected to contribute up to $15.7 trillion to the global economy by the year 2030. Let that sink in. $15.7 trillion. That's more than the current GDP of China and India combined. It's an economic shift on a scale that we have rarely seen in human history. This isn't just about a few tech companies making more money. This is a fundamental transformation of the entire global economic engine. We're talking about AI optimizing supply chains, shipping routes being planned by AI to save fuel, or warehouses being managed by autonomous robots, reducing costs and speeding up delivery for everything you buy. Then there's the impact on productivity. AI is poised to augment almost every job. It's not just about replacing humans, but about making humans better at what they do. Imagine a doctor using an AI diagnostic tool that can spot signs of a disease in an MRI scan with a higher accuracy rate than the human eye, allowing them to treat patients earlier and more effectively. That's economic value, but it's also immense human value. This growth is coming from two main areas. First, there's the enhanced productivity and automation I just mentioned. But the second, and arguably bigger driver, is the consumption side. AI is creating a new wave of hyper-personalized products and services. Streaming service recommendations, your online shopping suggestions, even the ads you see. It's all becoming more tailored, more engaging, and more effective because of AI. This level of personalization drives consumer spending. This creates a feedback loop. AI understands consumer behavior better, which allows companies to create better products, which in turn drives more consumption. That's a huge piece of that $15.7 trillion pie. But a number that big can be hard to wrap your head around. The massive data centers, the specialized chips from companies like NVIDIA, the research and development, it's a colossal undertaking. Okay, for our last fact, let's bring it back from the future and into the palm of your hand, right now. We all know smartphones are popular, right? That's obvious. You're probably watching this on one, but I don't think most of us truly grasp the scale of their saturation across the entire planet. The numbers are, frankly, unbelievable. Here's the stat. By 2025, it's estimated that more than 6.9 billion people will own a smartphone. Let's break that down. The world population is currently around 8 billion people. So we're talking about a single category of device being owned by nearly 90% of the entire human population. Name one other piece of technology that has ever come close to that level of adoption. You can't. This is a milestone in human history. We've never had a single tool, let alone a supercomputer connected to a global information network that is so universally accessible. It's more common than having a bank account in many parts of the world. It's certainly more common than having a personal computer or a car. Think about what this device actually is. It's a camera, a GPS navigator, a music player, a library, a television, a wallet, and a communication device all rolled into one. The Apollo 11 mission that put humans on the moon had a guidance computer with a fraction of the processing power of the phone in your pocket. You are holding a device of unimaginable power compared to just a few decades ago. And now almost everyone on the planet has one. It means, for the first time in history, a farmer in a remote village in Kenya and a stockbroker on Wall Street have access to the same global information network. It enables mobile banking. It allows small business owners to reach a global market. It provides educational resources to children in underserved communities. So the next time you casually pull your phone out of your pocket to check a notification, just take a second to appreciate what you're holding. And there you have it. 3 facts that really put tech into perspective. Playful origins of the first computer virus, the multi-trillion-dollar future of AI, the unbelievable saturation of smartphones across the globe. Now it's your turn. Which fact surprised you the most? Creeper and Reaper story? The $15.7 trillion AI number? The sheer number of smartphones? If you enjoyed this, hit like. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Speaking of what's next, we're just scratching the surface. Next video, emerging technologies that will change the game. Brain-computer interfaces, programmable matter, and more. Until then, stay curious. Peace.